Hello, and welcome back to Wrestling is Her. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my amazing co-host, John.
It's about time for a big old show.
Oh, it is. It's been a long time coming now for a big old show, I think.
I think
It's not like we just had one this past weekend.
No, I mean a big Stardom show.
Yes, it is that time of year, time for one of Stardom's biggest shows.
One of the biggest.
Of the year, All Star Grand Queendom 2024. And we are so excited about this show.
We just can't hide it.
That we are going to start this episode off with our preview of All Star Grand Queendom.
She's about to lose her mind.
We can just talk about these matches.
She thinks she likes it.
This incredible card.
Oh, yeah.
Are you done?
Well, yeah, I had to get through the whole thing.
Of course.
God bless
yes.
the Pointer Sisters.
But we need to talk about this card because it's gone cuckoo bananas.
Cuckoo bananas extraordinaire. Listen, a couple months ago, we were kind of worried.
Yeah, I mean, things were unsteady.
We're like when that girl, Mary Silver, comes out, good old Marigold. Sorry. I'll find a fun name. But, when Marigold happens, which we didn't know what it was called, when Rossi Syndicate goes into effect.
After the anniversary show, when everything just blew up.
We were super worried that it was going to be, 20 people off the roster instead of what we got. Now, does it hurt? Of course it hurt. Yeah. But then you see, well, this is beautiful, actually, because Marigold's going to be awesome and amazing.
Yes.
And it's got some great people. Stardom was super stacked.
Oh, so ridiculously stacked.
They were hella stacked. So, hashtag hella stacked. But they were hella stacked, and then, you still got all these great opportunities and these incredible matches.
They just kind of swept up the upper echelon there a little bit to make some space.
And then we got the best CEO, president, dude ever with Mr. Okada or Okada-san.
Out here.
Yeah.
Living the dream, honestly.
The dream.
And with the whole New Japan acquiring Bushi Road Fight and everything, there's going to be so much more like Stardom, New Japan, working together.
I'll go very 2009 and say very cray-cray.
Is it cray-cray indeed?
It is cray-cray. So is this card.
Let's
roll!
Let's get into it, starting with presumably our pre-show match, which will be Momo Kogo versus Rana Yagami, which is just a fun match for some, some of the younger talent to get on the card.
Well, yeah. I mean...
Rana's the younger talent.
Yeah.
That's who I was talking about.
Yeah, so...
She needed a match.
Yeah, and Momo was, there. So it's...
Maybe Rana will get her first win.
Wouldn't that be something?
It would be crazy. She's gotten real close lately.
Hey, listen. They did Utami once, right?
Yeah. They did.
So this would be a great time with all these eyes.
Yeah.
You could have Rana come out and do some Rana-ness. And
she's gotten miles better just in the few months that she's been wrestling and training with God's Eye. She looks great. She wrestles great.
Well, she clicks all the boxes, man. I mean, she's got the strikes. Right off the bat, she had the believable offense. She has good selling because you get a lot of chances to do that as a newcomer there in Stardom.
Yes,
and,
that's what you're doing most of the time.
There's no daylight in her stuff, so to speak, and she's
got the look, her face and her hair and her gear and everything.
Yeah,
it's spot on.
It's amazing. I love everything about her. She's in the right group.
Yes. And that was a call out immediately. I think everyone was a new God's Eye member.
No, absolutely. And we felt that way pretty much about every new girl that came in. But with Rana, right off the bat, we felt that way. She's got je ne sais quoi, man. She does. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, though, I think I have to pick this match for Momo Kogo as the more seasoned athlete.
Yes, totally picking Momo. Yeah.
We, as much as we'd love to see Rana get her first win, this is a pay-per-view. It's a big show, and she is the young lion in this case.
Yeah, and let's give Momo her flowers.
Momo's been working.
She's been working. She has some stumbles here and there, right? So we've seen some of our most recent house shows, and but she also has moments that you can see, what she could offer, right? So
it'll be cool to see.
Maybe this is her golden opportunity.
See how she does against a striker.
Let's do it.
The next match will be Lady C teaming with newcomer Rion versus Aya Sakura and Yuna Mizumori. So a nice little tag match to kick us off. Might also be a pre-show match. You never know. They might have two in one go. But they have been doing a lot of this sort of like Lady C versus Yuna stuff. They usually, aside from the whole Cosmic Angel storyline,
right,
they usually populate the lower end of the card. But I love that Aya gets to be here with Yuna because Yuna's taken on that, like leadership role with the new girls. And it's so cute.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And we talked about it before, but the whole change in her demeanor. Yeah. With
serious Yuna.
Yeah, having the young girls, for lack of better words, but having the young girls with her. Yeah. It's just seemed like she's really taken that role on and it fits.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see if Lady C kind of embodies the same sort of role where Rion's concerned. I don't know if Queen's Quest is possibly considering adding Rion to their ranks. We know she's been teaming with Micah a lot recently as well, so you never know.
And I haven't seen the same out of her.
No, she's still very new.
Out of all the newcomers.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's had the most opportunity to lay it in more.
She has had a lot of really good matches.
So, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see how she does. After that, we will see God's
what's your
Eye.
pick?
Oh, my bad. I think Yuna's going to get the win in this one specifically.
Same.
I think Yuna gets the pin in this match.
Same.
So next we have God's Eye of Amisori, Shiri, and Konami versus the EXV team of Waka Tsukiyama, Xena, and Hanako. So, of course, we learned that Konami is coming back to Stardom full time. She's going to be with her God's Eye teammates on the regular now. And this is sort of like a welcome back into the fold match.
Absolutely.
Teaming with Ami and Shiri, like the big kunas of God's Eye.
I mean, how exciting is it to have Konami?
It's super exciting.
Yeah, man. Like full on.
That's a big like get back, I think.
It really is. It really is because, she could have went either way.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of traveling, like getting her reps in all over the place. So she could have gone anywhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm excited about this match too, just from the whole stiff girls doing stiff things.
Oh, I want to see Konami and Xena mix it up. See what they're all about.
Yeah, we got to see some pay-per-view Xena chops.
Yes, and then Hanako and Amisori with their size getting in there,
Dude, Hanako has really, we talk about it every week.
Yeah, she just keeps getting better.
She gets better every time we see her.
Absolutely love that girl.
And Xena has done the same, for being...
Xena's so impressive.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, we talked about the big shoes she has to fill from coming into Stardom at the time she did, and she's just completely blown it out of the water.
She has been, so this match is just brutal because in the best possible way, just because there can be a lot of violence here. I don't see a way out of some old school 1993 All Japan violence.
Beating. Yeah. I think God's Eye takes this one though. Little Konami getting back on top, maybe setting up for an Artist of Stardom match if they were to pin Xena.
So yeah, look at who you've got, right? And if you're just doing the Japanese tango,
right,
of who has the more experience, which one could be main event, you got to go God's Eye.
Yes, absolutely. After that, we will see the High Speed Championship contested in a 4-way match. And we will explain how this happened when we talk about the house shows from last weekend.
Yeah.
But it will be the champion, Saki Kashima, putting it on the line against Saya Kamatani, Saya Ida, and Fukigen Death.
Yeah.
And it's not a high-speed 4-way unless Fukigen Death's in there, let's be honest.
Yeah, so this match could be possibly, when we have the Elseworld shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got like Halloween and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
This feels like a rib.
It does. It's weird because it's people who don't normally go after the high-speed
These people
title.
have no business in this, and it's beautiful.
Like Saya Kamatani in a high-speed championship match?
I'm totally excited for this.
Me too.
Because it's so different.
It's brand new.
And anybody that doesn't like it, you really need to get out of the mud, man. You gotta clean yourself off. Look at the sunshine. Smile every now and then.
Just look at it for what it is. Good fun.
Go buy a box of fruit roll-ups. It's been a while since you had one. You remember them when you were a kid.
Get the ones with the tongue tattoos.
Absolutely. Just have a little bit of fun in your life because this is going to be total fun. And listen, I think that from a booking standpoint, that if you have been paying attention, Saki Kashima got hurt.
Yes.
She hurt her foot, her ankle. I don't know.
It was very sad. It was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So when it happened, we were like, oh, she's hurt. But she was smiling on her way out. So we're like, nah, she's not hurt.
She wrestled all 3 nights since then.
And she covered it.
As Saki does wrestle, wrestled.
she covered it as well. She Saki'd all over the place with it. And, I think this is a great way to cover that because you can have other people doing the work. You can still have the comedy. You got Fukigen in there to do some things. And there's so many spots that you can just waste time doing, and it's entertaining.
And it makes sense because 4-ways are kind of traditional for the high-speed title. They love having all those fast girls in there, going after each other.
It just reminds me of back in my, back about, I don't know, let's not even give the years of this. But this guy I used to work with, Wayne Atkins, he, him and my tag team that I was managing at the time, his tag team, there'd been a lot of spots called.
Right.
All right. There'd been all kinds of stuff. Get your shit in, right? Just all kinds of stuff. And this one night we were there. We had a great crowd. And I did this thing where, because we always went back and forth with one another, he would shake his hips and I would act like it upset me. And people would just pop. I don't know why, but they popped that it upset me, and I had my hand on the ring apron, and I'm looking and I'm fussing at the crowd and basically feeding my hand to him. Well, he comes over and stomps my hand, right?
Right.
So just completely, the crowd just came unglued. So we end up going through the whole thing like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I would somehow have my hand throughout the match
where he
on
could
the
get
apron
to it.
so he could do it. So we spent probably 5 minutes doing this. And it's the only thing we ever remembered from that entire match, right? And
because it's fun.
It's like 10 years later, I had somebody talking to me about some matches, and they talked about that. They talked about my interactions with him.
Right.
Rather than the match. And I think that's what you can do in a thing like this.
Absolutely.
Is really just do the fun. Do the memorable stuff.
We need some referee Saki. We need her stepping on people while they're in submissions.
I know you want referee Saki to happen.
I want special guest referee Saki Kashima to happen at some point. She does it so much where she pretends to be the ref.
Yeah,
it just
absolutely.
makes sense.
You've seen it. What was it last summer? We saw that happen, and it went pretty much for the whole match.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm with you. We need that.
But she kind of set herself up for this by telling everyone that would challenge that she hates singles matches and she doesn't want to do singles matches. So maybe she set herself up for failure.
So I honestly think, as weird as this is, what do you think about Kamatani?
I think Saya Kamatani would make a great high-speed champion.
Well, as strange as that is,
she fits the mold.
Yeah, the matches you could have out of it, and some of the challengers.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting too, with Azumi right there beside her, the high-speed person.
Right.
It would be crazy.
It'd be interesting just to see.
I honestly don't know who to pick in this match. It's such a toss-up, and anyone could get a flash pin. I think everyone in this match has a version of a flash pin just in their arsenal waiting. So I wouldn't be surprised if Saki kept it. But
I just think it's so weird and I don't want to say waste.
Right.
But to have Saya Kamatani in this match.
Why not have her win?
When she's one of the big 3-4 people in the company.
That's true. I mean, she wasn't really doing anything else, but
it seems like you want to throw a flower that way.
I think it would be a really interesting way to revitalize the high-speed division. Like, just
make it super important.
Give it something new, something crazy that nobody expects.
Yeah, and stop playing hot potato for a second, and I agree. All right. So I'm going on a limb myself. You don't have to, but I'm going to take Kamatani.
Let's just say Kamatani wins this one.
All right. Title change.
After that, we will see a grudge match between Mina Shirakawa and Natsuko Tora. And I just want to shout out Mina Shirakawa for flying to Jacksonville to do a match on Dynamite and then flying home to do a singles pay-per-view match against a very angry, determined Natsuko Tora in the same week. Like, she's crazy.
So, Tora might need the win.
Probably. It feels like it's trending that way.
It feels like a lot. Now, obviously, we have a huge night for Oedo Tai.
Yes.
With the main event, right?
Of course.
But at the same time, wow, to be a leader of the group.
Yeah.
How far? I mean, she's not really been in the mix on anything in a long time.
No, not since her match against Julia for the New Japan Strong title.
Right. Which ended with her thanking Julia.
And that's kind of where this angry streak started. Like, after that, she started getting disqualified and interfering and stuff. And the past couple of nights, she's just beat the tar out of Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah, it's been super interesting. Obviously, Mina's on a very big hot streak.
Oh my gosh.
So
international superstar.
It's hard to imagine that Mina goes down easily, right? I mean, there's going to be I would almost, personally, I would almost see this one go double DQ or something. I mean, something crazy because...
What are the chances that she brings back reinforcements with her from Jacksonville?
Wow.
Like, maybe she brings Mariah back with her or something. I don't know. But...
Be interesting.
It would... I feel like it makes the most sense for Mina to get the win after she's taken such a beating.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like she shouldn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
The way it's being played.
It's really strange. We've had Mina featured over here, we're taking a very biased look at this because you're talking from America.
Yeah.
And we've seen her nonstop, but as far as Stardom goes, I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like Tora needs a win.
I think if she's allowed to use weapons and stuff, she's definitely got the edge.
I'm leaning more toward Shirakawa.
Yeah, I think Mina would be my pick, like who I would pick to win in this match, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tora managed to beat her way to a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because, I mean,
especially if she gets the early jump.
It feels like Tora's story's going somewhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. After that, we will see the Goddess of Stardom championships on the line in another four-way where the champions, Crazy Star, will put the belts on the line against O2 line of Miyu Amasaki and Azumi, Young Oade of Starlight Kid and Ruaka, and FWC, Hazuki, and Koguma. So yet another four-way title match.
Yeah, it's crazy. On this one, we knew FWC had been pining for,
for months.
Right. For whoever has them, we want the prominence. We want to be
absolutely
out there.
They're like, we're the tag team. We want the belts. I
think the least likely to win this would be O2 line.
Agreed.
And, SLK, I see more of a singles year for her.
Yeah, Young 08 is a cool team, but SLK just feels heads and shoulders above where Ruaka's at. Yeah. So it would be a strange title run, I think.
So I think from a match standpoint, this is going to be maybe match of the night. And
it absolutely has that ability to be that with the people in it.
Oh my God. With the people in it, you can have some incredible setup for matches coming up, right? Yeah,
every single team has an amazing high-speed wrestler on it. Right. So that alone just tells you it's going to be just insane.
It's the strangest match since the other one we have. It's another.
It's all strange.
It's another weird match, but it's fun again.
Yeah.
But this one is fun in a work rate style because Jesus, Lord, I mean, it's
it's what it is with these 4 teams.
I mean, the people we are putting in this one match.
Yeah, I mean, you got Suzu and Hazuki potential. There's Mei Seira, Azumi Starlight, just Miyu in there with all her DDTs everywhere. It's going to be insane.
There's literally like 5 of my favorite wrestlers in this one match.
They chocked it full
It's
of
full.
insane wrestlers.
I'm just hoping that it's not like a 4-minute on the floor done like
right, like quadruple count out.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we get
silliness.
I'm hoping we get a long competitive like crazy spots.
Yeah.
You know, just a real high speed match.
I hope so too. And I hope Crazy Star ends up keeping the belts because they just got them. They've only had one defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And we build something out of it. Yes. I hope that SOK gets a build out of it. I hope Azumi, you know.
As much as I love FWC as a team, I think this just fuels them more to like go after it even harder in the future. Maybe set up a singles match somewhere, like a singles tag match.
Right.
Somewhere in the future.
Yeah, good match.
Next is the Future of Stardom Championship match where the champion, Rina, will be facing Sayaka Kurara.
Yeah.
Newly crowned Cosmic Angel Sayaka Kurara.
And this it's a crazy one again.
This is the match I wanted to see.
I know, yeah.
For Rina. I was like, please give Sayaka a Future of Stardom title shot.
So, as crazy as it is, I love Rina. You love Rina.
I do.
But I want Rina to lose the belt because I want her to go on to...
Yeah, we want her to start getting in the mix with the bigger titles.
Right. It just feels like... I mean, I don't know. She's done a great job with this.
She has. She's had it for nearly a year. She's almost beat Hanen's streak of defenses. So it would make sense for her to continue that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be cool
if
Sayaka Kurara had that title?
Sayaka is amazing. And it's another one of those that we would love to see that win happen. Yeah. And holy crap. I mean,
I don't care like who else is in the match or what else is happening. When Sayaka's in there, her spear is like the thing you remember from the match.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is insane. It really is. It's to be as new as she is.
Yeah.
You know, she's got incredible selling. Mm-hmm. We always feel like she's dead.
Yeah, she scares me.
I mean, right off the bat,
she's on the Hanen level.
Yeah, that girl's got 10-year veteran selling.
She does.
And that spear.
Yeah, the spear, God. It's gonna be a good match. They're both she's at that level.
Goldberg. You know?
I think I would pick Rina to win though.
Yeah.
I feel bad for it, but I don't think Rina's done.
No, we hope for a great contest that we know it will be. Rina blows
both girls to shine.
Yeah, Rina blows his way in those title defenses.
I think it would be cool if they kind of pulled like a Sonata Tsuji thing where Sayaka doesn't hit the spear in this match, and then maybe they revisit it later down the line, and the spear is what makes the difference. But we'll see.
I think live by the spear, die by the spear, maybe. So she, like you're saying, she tries it a few times. Maybe Rina, has a well-placed chair.
Oh, yeah. Like anti-airser with a knee or something.
Something crazy gets pulled out of the way because they are them.
Yes, it is a Oedo Tai.
And, she hits a turnbuckle instead or something, and you get a quick roll-up.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So after that, we will see a special tag match where Meltier, Tam Nakano, and Natsupoi are taking on the team of Aja Kong and Karu Ito, which I can't believe I just read that out of my mouth.
Right? It's so
in 2024.
We've been living in 1993, 1994 recently, and just taking in a whole lot of All Japan women.
Yes.
Just incredible Aja Kong matches.
Yes, and when we were in Philadelphia, we saw Tam team with Aja, and after the match, they did a little we need to revisit this, and we just didn't know it was going to be so soon. Yeah,
that was that was amazing. It was an amazing moment. It was amazing meeting Aja.
It was. I got a picture with Aja Kong.
You did.
I was so happy.
It was great, and this one, obviously, I think Meltier's gonna.
You think Meltier gets the win?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I can pick against Aja Kong. Like watching her wrestle and seeing that Hurricane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can do. I think Aja might have the upper hand on this.
You know what? I don't like to go against it either. But it's a long time coming. But it's one of my favorite teams of the universe.
Yes, I know. Meltier is the team. Like.
Yeah.
This is not. What more can you say?
Again, though, I can throw this out, and not a criticism, but just an observation.
Mm-hmm.
Another match with top tier talent that puts out incredible 5-star matches.
Yeah,
that is tied up in a match that's impossible to have 5 stars in.
Yeah, I agree. And Meltier should probably be doing something like wrestling for the Goddess of Stardom Championships or something like that.
Right.
But
you know, that's 3 matches we have with an amazing amount of talent and tied up.
I feel like perhaps this appearance of Aja Kong is sending a bit of a message in a way.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're doing now kind of thing.
Right.
But I definitely think Meltier, like, they just now re-debuted as a tag team after all the injury nonsense, and they've started to get back on their feet, remind people who they are.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be long at all before we start to see them in crazy matches as a tag team.
Yeah, and we don't want we get so much incredible stardom even on the house shows.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take this on with the best, you know.
It's going to be a nice breather before we get to the 3 big matches.
Absolutely.
There's still 3 matches to go.
Right.
Starting with the IWGP Women's Championship match between Mayu Iwatani and Sari.
Oh my God.
Which, as we all know, was supposed to happen 4 years ago.
Yes.
In 2020.
Right.
Never happened. And they're bringing it back. And just, okay, these two are going to tear each other apart.
Yeah.
In the ring.
Yeah.
It's scary almost.
It is. It is. If you watched their time in the ring together, how short it is.
The very little bit that we get.
It was incredibly intense.
It was, yeah. And that was just a tag match.
And they wanted this match to happen.
Everyone did.
And you've got 2 of the biggest. It's the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Yes.
Thank
biggest
you, Gorilla.
and best.
And, just amazing. So all I can say on this one is I truly believe it'll live up to the hype.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to exceed the already high expectations, as people have said of another recent match.
And I believe it's going to feel like the main event.
I think so too, and I know that they can't put the IWGP title above the big Stardom titles, but this match I think a lot of people are tuning in specifically to see.
Right.
And I think these 2 are the perfect people to put that kind of pressure on.
Oh, yeah.
Because they handle it with such grace.
Yeah.
And they're gonna kill each other.
So my prediction on this is time limit draw.
Time limit draw?
It's Stardom, pal.
I could totally see that just because of who's in it and the stakes that it has.
Yeah.
I do think Mayu keeps the belt either way, either by winning or time limit draw. I don't think her reign is over yet.
Right.
But we'll see.
So what's your pick?
Oh, can I just say Mayu keeps the belt? Is that my pick?
So you're picking Mayu for a pinfall win. I got you.
Yes. Okay. I'll pick Mayu getting the win.
All right.
Clean. All right. So the semi-main event for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Champion Sariano versus Hanan, the 2024 Cinderella. The prelude leading into this with these 2 has been immaculate.
Yes,
They've done nothing but just hype this match up to the greatest heights it could possibly be.
Yeah, it does. And, I know there's people out there saying that it's Hanan's time. And
yes.
Sometimes
we respectfully disagree.
Yeah, sometimes people want something so bad that they get it in their head that any other outcome
is the wrong one.
Is the wrong outcome. I like to see things play out.
Yeah.
We make picks, but wrestling is wrestling, and Cody finished his story maybe too far. I no matter how successful it is, it should have been last year.
Yeah.
It just should have been last year. It was just felt right.
Yeah.
And of course, people have their opinions. That's great. Wonderful. This is mine. And, I think that this is not the right time because Hanan has come on hard. She has been incredible. Some of the matches, my God, that she has had, Mariah. I mean, it's just been
a match of the year contender in Stardom.
Absolutely. If she wins it, I am happy for her.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. We are huge Hanan fans. Gigantic Hanan fans.
We are. We love Hanan.
I love Sariano as well. And I think that she holds that belt with grace and style. And
she feels like the face of a company.
Yeah, she does. She does. And, I just think that there might be money in that stopping Hanan. Like, Hanan almost getting there.
Yeah, like, Hanan's the perennial underdog. She fights her heart out. And she leaves her soul in the ring, but that doesn't always mean that she's going to get the ending that you want her to have right away.
And she's talked about wanting to be the icon of Stardom. I would almost like to see Hanan not get there, and maybe Hanan takes a darker turn because
she has to get more serious.
How cool would it be to see Hanan
just like a little dejected?
Yeah, just a little bit. Because I've seen pieces of it. Mm-hmm. She's not always been shooting sunshine out her face.
No, she's mean sometimes.
Yeah.
She wants
to gets damn near levels of, I have to win this. And, a little bit presumptive with, like she's...
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I think this is definitely going to be on the same sort of intensity level as her match with Mirai. And I think that it's going to be one of those where she gets within inches and just can't make it happen.
It's going to be one of those where we don't breathe.
Yeah, absolutely. We're already prepared.
So the difference in this one is I really wanted Hanan to win that match.
Mirai. Mirai, we were like, Hanan needs to win this.
I didn't feel like she was, but we really wanted it.
Yeah.
This one, I'm happy either way. I truly am.
Me too. But I look at them and I just feel like Sariano carries herself with this like maturity and grace, like you said, and like someone who knows how to carry around a title. And Hanan's someone who lets her emotions kind of like run away with her a lot.
when Julia and crew were leaving, Sariano wrestled like she was defending Stardom.
Yes.
In my opinion, she was the only one who wasn't making breakfast and getting their bathrobes ready.
Right.
She was the one who was like, look, bitch, this is my house.
Yeah.
This is my ring.
Yeah.
Good luck. Here's your chocolates. Get out.
Absolutely.
I'm staying.
I just don't.
I'm signed my contract. I am here.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
But with that said, if I'm picking and I'm having to go to Vegas, Hanan's going to win this match.
I'm not that confident about it.
I am. I think they've got the Hulk Hogan strap on her.
I just don't know if it's time. I just feel like Sariano is not done with this run and that there's so much more that could be done with it.
I can say this. The Sting match that everybody revisited recently when Sting was retiring, the match that made him, when Ric Flair made him in 1988, it was a 45-minute television time limit draw.
Right.
Flair didn't put Sting over.
Right.
But it was one of those times that he got over without going over.
Right.
So yes, it can happen. And Sariano can absolutely be somebody who makes that happen because she always makes her opponents
look amazing.
We've talked about that even recently.
She's never had like a bad singles match with anyone.
No, it always looks like she is in danger.
Yeah.
But
it's just, I don't know. I feel like anything could happen.
I don't feel like her reign's been long enough.
Me either. I don't think she's I don't think she should be a transitional champion from Mirai to Hanan. I don't think she's done with what she's doing and like being a leader in Stardom. I just feel like it makes more sense for her to keep the belt. But I'm not going to begrudge Hanan if she does win this match.
So how great would it be to see Poi and Sayana go back around?
It would be insane.
For the white belt.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I'm with you, man. I am. I still think Hanan's going to win.
Okay.
But you're going to Sayana on your pick, right?
Yes. I'm going to pick Sayana.
Okay.
Well, kind of. You picked a draw and I picked Mayu Iwatani in that other match, but
that's true.
Still.
Okay.
First true split of the card.
Yep.
That brings us to our main event for the World of Stardom Championship. Champion Maika will take on Momo Watanabe in a 2 out of 3 falls match, where the first fall is a normal everyday wrestling match, the second match is a hardcore match, and the third match is a last woman standing match.
Yeah, so we're getting 3 stages of hell.
Yes.
And they've even started like tagging it that way now.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah. So I think that we're going to get blood.
Oh, absolutely.
That's rare.
Somewhere in there.
It's rare for a Stardom card. It's rare for a women's card.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to get some blood.
Momo has a way of bringing that out of people.
I also feel like I really believe this in my heart that Momo Watanabe is going to win the red belt.
That's how I feel too. I feel like Momo Watanabe is about to become the champion and I get excited thinking about it.
Yeah.
But before we get to that point, this is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Clearly it's going to go to the third fall.
Right.
Who do you think wins the normal match and the hardcore match? Like the falls. Who do you think's got which one?
Well,
there's an obvious answer, but
I think that the heel takes the first fall.
So you think Momo gets the normal match and then out of like it seems like Maika's done for, but she somehow gets the win in the hardcore match?
Yeah. I think that she wins by cheating in the first fall.
Right.
And I believe that, something happens there with the second where the worm turns and
Maika just gets super pissed.
Yeah.
And like beats the crap out of her.
Yeah, but I'm also expecting some shenanigans. I'm expecting, possibly something backfiring, like, some craziness. I really am. I'm expecting some big drama, huge angle.
It's been leading up to that point. Like even the Mina and Tora thing, like this EXV Oedo Tai stuff has been just hit a boiling point.
Absolutely. I feel like we might be seeing some, and that's probably going to play into it.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
So I think that there's going to be something happen, man.
Yeah, and
maybe a debut even.
At the end of this last woman standing fall, out of the third of the 3 falls, I just see Momo Watanabe standing there victorious with the red belt. It just feels right.
It's crazy. She's such an amazing worker.
She is.
That has not had a chance to be an amazing worker
in a while.
For years now.
Yeah.
And I think that, my God, some of the matches.
Just some of the things we've seen her do.
Well, just think of some of the red belt defenses we could have work rate wise.
Yeah.
That would be just amazing off the chain. Like,
I can't, like.
Some really good stuff. And Maika has had some great matches.
She's had a nice little run
with this
belt since December.
We put that Megan match over.
Oh, so good.
It was so damn good.
That was her last defense.
Yeah, it was so damn good. And, so she's got it in her, definitely, especially in a match like this. This is Maika's wheelhouse.
It is.
So, power-wise, Momo is going to be, that's her equal, man. I mean,
the preludes for this one too, like,
oh my God,
these two facing each other last weekend was crazy.
The last weekend made us want to see this match.
Yeah, it absolutely made it must see, can't miss.
It's when you get that intensity, and I'll go back to All Japan Women 94. when you see the opponents, a lot of times you're seeing them stare at each other from across the ring, ready to rip each other apart.
Absolutely.
You know, and not being able to look away.
Yeah.
And then just actually ripping each other apart. It feels like a throwback to that.
Yeah, it does.
And we're going to see a damn fight.
Oh, God. It's going to be a fight all the way through, even in the normal match.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, they're both going to be battered and bloody and bruised, and it's going to be a spectacle.
I guarantee you this. What we're not going to see on this night is a letdown.
No, absolutely not. We're going to be sitting there at the end of 11 matches that start at 2 a.m. our time, just completely speechless without words.
Yeah.
I can already feel it coming.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
And we're going to be tweeting live the whole show.
The whole time, the live tweeter, the live
I
Xer
can't help myself.
is going to be going. It's going to be great.
Oh, gosh.
Just totally excited about this, though.
Yes, they announced they're going to have English commentary.
Which we're not going to... Yeah.
Live on pay-per-view. Starts at 2 a.m. Eastern. You got to tune in.
Yeah.
If you're able, it'll be like 2 a.m. Saturday, so late Friday
Eastern
night.
time,
yeah, so if you're awake, if you're ready to go,
get your Xer out.
Do it.
And
you're not going to want to miss this one.
And live tweet along with us.
Oh, my mind's already blown, and we're not even there.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. It's one of Stardom's biggest shows of the year.
It is.
They're going
to pull out all the stops.
New leaders, a new look.
Oh, man.
And this really...
all the stuff, all the BS is over, done with.
Big statement card.
We're like driving straight towards the 5-star.
Oh, yeah.
Like, things are happening.
Yeah, man. It's a happening.
It's a happening, indeed. So since we're on the subject of Stardom, as we get into the recollection of what we've seen in the past week,
right?
Why don't we just talk about the house shows from last weekend? We'll go in a bit of a backwards fashion.
Let's go.
So on 420, nice. We got 5 matches. All right, we started off with Aya Sakura and Sayaka Karawa, our little tag team from Cosmic Angels, versus Mei Seira and Suzu Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Star action. Of course, Crazy Star won this with Mei Seira's like hook leg roll over submission. Just craziness.
And this first night of these two,
it was in such a strange little building.
It was just a weird night. It's a strange card.
It's like 5 matches and in this weird place. And everyone Crazy Star is in the first match.
Night 2 was it was almost like Mania. Night 1 and 2.
It was.
Because night 1 was just kind of
yeah, I was like, oh,
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
In the second match, we had a 4-way where Natsupoi defeated Amisori, Lady C, and Rion. This is what we're talking about here. Natsupoi in this match, in the second match against these 3. Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah, it was.
She had fun though.
She did.
You could tell she was having a good time.
She did have a good time.
In the third match, Saya Kamatani, Azumi, and Miyu Amasaki defeated Momokogo, Saya Ida, and Hazuki, and Rana Yagami, Saki Kashima, and Shiri. And this is where Saya Kamatani got her pin over Saki Kashima and made her wishes known that she wanted a chance at the highest
This is
title.
Also where Momokogo got my the love that I dished out earlier.
Yes,
was this match.
She did really well in this match. Yeah. There was also a funny moment where Saya Ida lost her hoodie in the rafters of the building.
That was great.
Before the match, and Hazuki had to climb on the corner and jump and grab it.
Highlight of the match.
It was so funny.
It was fantastic.
I love a three-way.
Yes.
A triple 6-man. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
In the next match, in a normal 6-man, Koguma Hanan and Mayu Iwatani defeated Yuna Mizumori, Tam Nakano, and Saori Ano, where Yuna applied a backdrop suplex for the win.
Which was kind of strange, actually.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Hanan applied the backdrop suplex on Yuna. My bad.
I was sitting there trying to remember that.
Yeah, no, Yuna didn't get the win in this match. Hanan did on Yuna.
I was like, God, I was more tired than I thought I was.
Yes, Hanan using that backdrop suplex that she used in the match with Mirai to get the win.
Yes.
She's just pulling that out. And then in the main event, it was a very strange match.
Yes.
A 2 out of 3 falls match. But it was
a 2 out of 3 falls match
man
that felt like nobody in that crowd knew
that it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
They announced it like an hour before the show started.
Yeah, this crowd, listen, it looked like it was the hottest day in hell.
It was so hot in that building.
And we looked up the weather because we were watching it and people were dying.
They couldn't stand themselves.
It was like the last leg of a really hot bike, like the Tour de whatever.
They were not into this at all.
So it was like 70 degrees outside. It must have been the hottest building known to man because even the talent was hot.
Yeah.
And this crowd was sitting on their damn thumbs.
Yes. And this is kind of what we've been talking about with Oedo Tai versus EXV, because this match was Fukigen Death, Ruaka, Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid, and Natsuko Tora versus Hanako, Wakasukiyama, Xena, Mina Shirakawa, and Maika. So the first fall ended when Momo absolutely murdered Wakasukiyama with her driver to get the pin.
Yeah, moitered.
The second fall ended by disqualification when Natsuko Tora started going to town on Mina with a kendo stick.
Right.
And then Maika just got really mad, I guess, and Michinoku driver 2'd Fukigen Death into the earth and got the third fall for EXV to get the win. It was so weird.
Such a weird ass card, man.
I can't believe we lived through it.
It's such a weird card. I was praying for death after that first fall.
We were like, what is happening?
This is our favorite thing in the world.
The thing is, we didn't look at Twitter beforehand.
No.
So the first fall happens really quick. And we're like, is that it? Is that the whole match?
Yeah, which we were happy about.
They reset into the corners and we were like, and Daichi called for the bells like second fall. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was one of those.
But
it was 420. So
it was. So it moves on to something great. Let's talk about this awesome card that happened on 421.
On 421 in Osaka.
Yeah.
We started off with Miyu Amasaki, Lady C, Azumi, and Sayaka Matani getting the win over Aya Sakura, Sayaka Karawa, Yuna Mizumori, and Tam Nakano, where Miyu and Azumi teamed up with the Tensai into the double stomp on poor Sayaka to get the win.
Fantastic opener, and the crowd was hot.
It was really great.
Yeah.
Like Queen's Quest versus Cosmic Angels all day long, honestly.
Dude. Yeah, they're both looking good right now, so...
In the second match, we saw Saya Ida win a 3-way over Rion and Saki Kashima by pinning Saki.
Now, this match was a nothing match, but it was because of the injury.
It was, and it set up Saya Ida challenging Saki Kashima for the high-speed championship.
Yeah.
Then Sayaka Matani coming out, and then Fukigen Death coming out, and then Saki Kashima like, please stop coming after me.
Yeah.
And that's how we got a 4-way high-speed championship
But
match.
it was a lot of fun.
It was, yes. I made the joke about 2 Sayas and a clown coming after your high-speed
you did.
titles.
You did.
Oh, goodness. In the next match, we saw Momokogo, Koguma, and Hazuki defeat Rana Yagami, Amisori, and Shiri. And Rana was like a little star in this match.
She was,
honestly. But she did take the pin from Hazuki after a senton.
Yeah, but she really...
She showed a lot in this match.
Her star shined bright.
She did, yes. She was in there like most of the time.
Most of the time.
But her and Hazuki, like, they work really well together.
They really do, man.
In the next match, we had Fukigen Death, Ruaka, Starlight Kid, and Natsuko Tora get the win over Wakasukiyama, Hanako, Xena, and Mina Shirakawa after Ruaka gave Hanako a freezer bomb with the suitcase in the middle of them.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt.
I never want to see that again.
No, but what I do want to see again is, I have to say it, man, Xena threw some chops.
Oh, the Xena chops.
And these
make it all worth it.
These Xena chops, it doesn't matter where that girl throws it, how long she throws it.
No.
It's a big every time.
And just the marks it leaves is ridiculous.
It's amazing. It leaves 2 marks right here.
Yes. And this guy gave us more of that Hanako Starlight Kid that we've just been like trying to get drips of since Taiwan.
Are you chef kissing?
Give us more, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that match was so beautiful. In the semi-main event, we had Hanan, Natsupoi, and Momo Watanabe versus Saoriano, Mayu Utani, and Maika.
Okay, read that match slower. Read it slower with the teams.
Hanan, Natsupoi, and Momo Watanabe.
Right.
Versus Sariano, Mayu Iwatani, and Maika. So the three big champions on the one side, two of the challengers and the other challenger's really close friend on the other side.
Right. And the cool thing about this, there's so much cool about this.
This match was what built the Wonder and World of Stardom titles matches completely.
And they really, this match delivered. Listen, if you don't always watch the house shows, this is one of those. We'll normally pick something out and say, go out of your way to see it.
This is the one
this weekend.
Yeah.
This is a match you need to go out of your way to see. Not only is it going to give you the prelude that you need.
All the preludes, every prelude.
Every prelude, right? But it is an amazing performance. It's a really cool match, and it's very multi-layered in story.
And it didn't, because it didn't just focus on the challenger versus champion aspect.
Right.
There were things in here like Sariano and Natsupoi happily wanting to get in the ring against each other.
Yeah.
And they had, of course, Momo and Maika beating the absolute tar out of each other. Hanan and Mayu teaming together, even though they're on opposite sides. It has all the fun stuff.
It has throwbacks for old fans. It has things building for the future.
It does.
It's a hell of a match.
And it went to a time limit draw. So you get a nice long match.
It did. Honestly, this is what I'm going to watch again.
It
was really good.
And it's a great lead-in for All Star Grand Queendom.
I think I'll watch this between Collision and the pay-per-view.
It probably should have been the main event. But we had a title match to get to.
We did.
Wherein Crazy Star, our Goddess of Stardom championship holders, Suzu Suzuki and Mei Seira, took on Hirogi Kurumi and Risa Sera of Prominence almost exactly 1 year to the day when Suzu Suzuki left Prominence to go to Stardom.
So this match wasn't that great. It was good.
It was good. It was good for what it was. I know it was the emotional thing. She's been gone from Prominence for a whole year.
Yeah.
Her old friends wanted to come in and challenge them for their first defense. Crazy Star had matching tag gear. That was the highlight of the whole thing.
So I was going to say that this girl here.
Oh my gosh.
So I lost a few years off my life when Crazy Star shows up with the new gear. Because
I am gear is one of my favorite things about wrestling. I can't help it.
She popped the pop of all pops. It wouldn't have mattered what they had done at that point.
And the best thing is when a tag team has perfectly matching gear. And it wasn't just matching gear, okay, people? It was bits and pieces of each other's singles gear mixed together into matching tag gear. It was so cute.
Especially when I'm impressed because Susie doesn't look like she washes her gear.
She wears the exact same pair every show.
Yeah, it's her lucky pair.
Yes.
But, so this was awesome.
It makes them feel like a real tag team.
Everything story-wise and all that, delivered, but the whole point of, I don't know, Risa Sera and it's just I don't know.
It's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Okay, we knew Crazy Star wasn't going to lose the titles here. It was more for the you've been gone for Prominence for a year. This is the anniversary. Let's have a match. And they were like, hey, come back and try it again if you want to.
That part was fun. The way they took the loss.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
But then the build.
Yeah, the build, yes. After Suzu won this match with her rolling German suplexes, which are just beautiful, FWC came out to challenge for the Goddess of Stardom championships, and we were like, oh yeah, we're going to get this match finally.
Hell of a match, man.
And then O2 Line came out, and we were like,
that's weird. Yeah.
And then Young Oade came out, and it was like, oh, okay, I guess everyone wants the Goddess of Stardom championships.
Yeah.
And Suzu, being Suzu Suzuki, and Mei Seira looking very uncertain, challenged them all at the same time.
Yeah, I
think Mei was just sort of like, okay.
Yeah. So, again, it builds a match with some of your most talented workers.
It does.
And
I will never not love Suzu Suzuki's brash confidence and loud yelling voice. She's just amazing.
Her laugh.
Ha 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 ha. Yes.
Her laugh is amazing.
She's just great, and I can't wait to see what they do.
So night 2 was amazing of the house show. Go back and watch it.
It was so good. All right, that's Stardom. So much good stuff. But there are a few other things we need to talk about.
We do.
Before we wrap up, including, as we talked about at the very end of the show last time, Rhea Ripley was injured and had to relinquish the WWE Women's Championship. In response to this, on Raw, they had a battle royal. Not to decide like who was gonna face for it.
Right.
The battle royal was for the championship, just right off the bat.
No interim belts.
No, nothing like that. Like, she gave it up, and they immediately were like, "We need to put this strap on someone." And you're never gonna guess
who.
You're never gonna guess who won this battle. Let me read you the participants.
Okay.
Maxine Dupree, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell,
right?
Caden Carter, Katana Chance, Shayna Baszler,
what do you know?
Zoe Stark,
really?
Ivy Nile,
That's something.
Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Natalia, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, and Becky Lynch.
Well, I would say if I was doing the smart thing and try to do some fan service, since we just lost the most popular wrestler on the roster.
Right.
Liv Morgan.
No. That's not what happened.
What?
So this got down to the expected four, Natalia, Nia, Liv, and Becky.
Right, so Liv should do
Natalia's gone. Then Liv and Becky work together to get Nia Jax out of there. So Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch are the final two.
So Liv can dump her over. And
right, they work out onto the apron, the drama spot, who's going to go to the floor.
Right.
It was Liv Morgan that went to the floor. Becky Lynch won the title.
Well, that I mean, very
totally unexpected.
Very deserving champion. And,
yes, of course.
Great worker. Heart of the, okay.
You want to know the saddest part about all this?
What?
When they were working up to the drama spot, the favorite way to win a battle royal, Liv Morgan pulled Becky Lynch through the ropes onto the apron. So it wouldn't have even mattered if she went to the floor. There was
oh, Jesus Christ.
They wanted it to be so that dramatic, who's going to hit the floor first, but it wouldn't have even mattered because Becky didn't go over the top rope.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I know this is it was an accident or whatever, but it just cracks me up that the most expected person won in the most expected way.
So Becky deserves it.
She does. Becky's incredibly hardworking.
Liv pulled her through the middle.
Yeah. She kind of deserves it.
Becky deserves it. Listen, it's...
Oh, man.
People are... It's a bad situation.
It is. It's a horrible situation.
They had to do something. It's a safe champion that's going to give you great matches.
Becky Lynch never disappoints when she has the belt, okay? She's going to do great.
And, she came back from a break. A well-deserved break.
Yeah.
And she is a mom. And, so this was probably a vacation. This was probably something where they had it planned. And she came back to help the company.
Very John Moxley.
Yeah, very John Moxley. Something that we would fight people over.
Yeah.
For Mox. So
props to her.
Congratulations to Becky.
Yes, I'm very happy for her.
We're having some good fun because we are, we're Liv fans as well, and it felt like it was time for Liv to get something. But she still lives.
Yes, if you want the person who she's certified, gonna be able to carry this, Becky Lynch is 100% the way to go. Because whatever you had planned for Rhea Ripley, Becky can do.
Right.
If it was Nia, if it was Shayna, she can do that just as well as Rhea did.
Right.
So it's a good person to put the belt on.
Absolutely.
And it's gonna be crazy, with the draft and everything, to see what happens. But on the other side of things, Bayley and Naomi had their match for the WWE Women's Championship,
the
other belt, on SmackDown, but it ended in disqualification because Tiffany Stratton came out and attacked both of them to kind of be like, remember me? I did great in the Elimination Chamber and I want to be in the title picture.
Right.
And I'm pumped about this because I love Tiffany Stratton, and just shoving her into the title picture, I'm all for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm go ahead.
Yeah, Tiffany is she's money, man.
She is.
I agree. So that's cool, and that'll be some more fun. So
yes, and we also have Jade and Bianca Belair making their intentions known over the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, which are still held by the Kabuki Warriors at this point.
That's a good setup. I mean,
yes,
it's going to be,
So we got things happening all over the place.
Right. And that's good. They're still able to do that, I mean, they've got a stacked roster. So
They do. And it'll be cool to see what happens in the draft, if it like shifts people around, where the women all go.
Yeah.
What kind of things we're looking at.
Well, it's not going to shift champions because they've put that rule out.
Yeah, but it'll still be cool to see.
So you don't have to worry about any of that crazy stupidness anymore. They used to, maybe have champion go to and you have to switch belts and all that stupid stuff.
They got rid of that, the names of the belts being SmackDown and Raw and all that.
But the champions are not in the draft.
So, and it'll be cool to see like who's on each roster to be in the respective title pictures, and the tag team titles go both ways anyway.
Yeah,
but it'll still be good fun. So, shifting gears here to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
We are coming off the heels of an absolutely excellent pay-per-view.
Incredible.
In AEW Dynasty. And, I wish we could cover the entire pay-per-view in detail because it was that good.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about our ladies.
Go
here
back
for a
and
moment.
watch it.
Please, if you haven't seen
it, it's worth your time.
It's totally, it's incredible.
It's got the greatest match. One of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life.
A match that's difficult to put words to.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But the ladies also had good stuff happen.
Absolutely. The first women's match of the night happened when Julia Hart put her TBS title on the line against Willow Nightingale, and the crowd was wholly behind Willow in this match. She came out of the gate hot and ready to go. She went after Julia immediately, very aggressive. Unlike what we've seen in the past, because of all the shenanigans that Julia and the House of Black have been playing over the past few months. And in the end, Willow was able to get the win with the Babe with the Powerbomb.
Yeah.
And defeat Julia Hart to become the new TBS champion.
Very dominant win. And, I think Julia's going to get to heal up now.
Yes.
Which is great for her. But, I mean, listen, champion-wise, this is a great champion, and it's great that it's Willow's time. I'm so excited about this title run. I'm hoping that it's not a transitional champ.
Me either. There was, after the match, of course, Mercedes immediately came out, and they made it a point to be like, oh, she's stealing Willow's moment. And I think that has a lot to do with how Willow supposedly stole her big moment back a year ago for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship.
It's a huge moment, and I think that maybe we have some craziness happen before then. I think that you possibly could have, we don't know who attacked.
Yeah, we still
Mercedes.
have the whole story of the mystery attacker of both people.
So I'm thinking that maybe during this match, somebody re-debuts.
Maybe.
And attacks.
I hope so. I was hoping someone would at Dynasty.
So sets up a gigantic tag match with Mercedes and Willow
having to work together
against Jamie and Britt.
Coexist.
And Jamie and Britt's going to show up at this next pay-per-view.
I hope so.
And I'm pretty confident that's what's happening.
That would be cool. Because they've made it such a point to push this contention between Willow and Mercedes over what was basically a misunderstanding.
Well, what I did was I just playing with my, what do we have available?
Yeah.
Who's ready to come back and who's probably going to be there, and then who's the only one that would be a tag team.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like it could be the thing.
It seems like a great way to go, in my opinion. And they did have on Dynamite, Willow came out to celebrate her championship win, and Mercedes once again interrupted. So Willow was like, if you have something to say, you keep interrupting me, then now's the time to say it. She basically said that she blames her for almost ending her career in professional wrestling. And Willow was like, that title reign may have an asterisk next to it, but my TBS title reign does not, because I won this fair and square.
So the other way you could go with this is Chris Statlander obviously is probably not on the up and up right now because
it feels like it.
Trent Beretta whispering in her ear and her kind of smirking.
Yes.
So if that's happening, Then Chris is the attacker of both.
Yes. And there was a really weird moment at the end of this Dynamite segment where she grabbed Mercedes' arm as she turned away, and Mercedes hit Willow because she thought it was her.
Yeah.
So Chris is kind of just this anomalous thing in this story right now, but it feels like there's something up.
So if Chris causes Willow to lose, then you instantly have a battle with Willow and Chris that's amazing.
Yes, like a long-term sort of thing. Like people thought it was coming months ago when Stokely first started doing his shenanigans.
And Chris probably thinks she could beat Mercedes easier because of the gimpy leg.
Probably.
Just saying. I don't know. So there's a couple of good surprises that can happen. I'm sure the booking is going to be great on it because there's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, I definitely don't think the attacker is anyone currently in the storyline. It feels like that's the way they're going with it. But on top of that, after the fact, they had a little video package on social media with Julia where she was visibly upset about losing her title and Brody King telling her it's time to rebuild. So some changes going on in House of Black, perhaps.
That's interesting.
So that'll be interesting to watch out for. I'd say Julia's going to be gone for a little while, kind of heal
rebuilding that shoulder.
Yeah, rehabilitate a little after all this. But she will come back stronger and better.
What a great run she's had. I mean, from cheerleader to satanic angel, she's really, she's
been great.
She's got over like crazy. People love her.
Yes.
And, I think that she's done some great stuff. So more time to train, more time to get yourself healthy.
I'll be excited to see her come back.
Time to cycle in some people that have been hurt.
Yeah,
so it's good
absolutely.
stuff.
On the AEW Women's Championship side of things, at Dynasty, Toni Storm took on Thunder Rosa.
Yes.
For the AEW Women's Championship in a match that was strongly built. And there was a whole moment right at the beginning where Thunder Rosa came out in a luchador mask, and when she removed it, she was not wearing her face paint.
Yeah, it's great.
She was like, "Is this what you wanted?" And I think Toni was like,
Yeah, it was great. And the match itself lived up.
It did. They went after each other.
It was a great match, and I was so happy for Toni Storm because Toni Storm has all these awesome matches, but, it seems like here lately, in the big match, it's not, the dance partner is not
lived up completely to the standard.
It's not. It's just sometimes people don't dance well the first time. And,
absolutely. And the way this match ended was so Toni Storm because she grabbed the ring apron to try to save herself, pulled it up, and when the ref went to fix it, she low blowed Thunder Rosa, and then got the Storm Zero.
Beautiful.
To win.
Beautiful.
It was mind blowing.
Kicked her
amazing.
In the no-nos.
It was so good. But Toni Storm is still the AEW Women's World Champion after a brutal match where Thunder Rosa just tried her best to end the championship reign.
Yeah, and the story keeps going with her, man.
It does, yes. In this particular title scene on AEW Dynamite, we had a match between Mina Shirakawa and Anna Jay, which was fire. Of course it was. It's Mina, and Anna has just gotten better and better. And now it seems she's getting pointers from Queen's Quest, perhaps. Azumi. She's getting a little help. But Mariah was out there with Mina, of course. And after Mina won the match, Mariah was coming in to celebrate with champagne. And Anna Jay attacked her from behind, which prompted Toni Storm to run out and save Mariah because they've got this whole Mina and Toni both love Mariah thing going on.
Right.
But quite unexpectedly, while Toni's title was still sitting on the stage, Serena Deeb came out and kind of laid out the challenge to be the next one to challenge Toni for the title.
Right, yeah. Awesome stuff, and I think it's a great challenger.
Yeah, obviously they weren't able to do Serena Deeb versus Yuka Sakazaki like they planned because Yuka unfortunately got hurt in her match against Emi Sakura. I feel very bad for her. I hope she gets better soon. But Serena versus Toni will be top tier.
And as far as videos on X go, the video with Toni Storm hugging Mariah May now and taking care of her daughter, taking care of her child, like you're not going to, I'm going to defend her. I'm going to take care of her. You can't attack her. And just rubbing on her head is classic.
This whole thing is hilarious. I love every bit of it.
It's great.
And we now have set up matches for this Saturday where Toni Storm will be taking on Anna Jay And Thunder Rosa will be taking on Deonna Purrazzo in the blow up of their recent getting on each other's nerves in the wake of the title scene.
So I think that Collision is going to be the Dynamite after the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think Collision's going to be just fire, amazing.
This past Dynamite was really good wrestling-wise. It just had a few dampeners put on it.
The audio, yes.
The wrestling and everything was really good.
Yeah, for those in America.
Yes, on TBS.
On TBS.
While you have the face of TBS on there, no less.
You had audio issues all the way up to the last segment. But Collision's got a big NBA lead in. It's
3 hours.
3 hours, and it's going to be, they're stacking it up. So I'm excited for the girls on this because I think there's going to be some liveliness.
I'd also like to send out congratulations to Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker on announcing their pregnancy.
Yes,
it's a beautiful moment. Yeah, so happy for them.
Little Ruby.
Yes.
So.
But I think that is all we have to talk about, which is a whole lot.
A whole lot. And we've got a lot coming up. My God, what a weekend. Another big weekend happening.
So excited.
It's going to be so much fun.
So definitely make sure you're following us at Wrestling Is Her on all the social media. We're going to be live tweeting and having a great weekend, and we hope you'll join us. And come back next time for our next episode when we talk about the fallout of all these things that we'll be watching this weekend. I'm Raja. He's John. So long from Wrestling Is Her. Bye.
Bye.